So you just got back from the gastro doctor and you've been diagnosed with GERD and Barrett's esophagus. And if you are anything like me, I went home and I started Googling all this information and it scared me to death. And sometimes I would Google to the point of it sending me into a panic attack. Now my wife used to have to calm me down all the time because it was severe anxiety and panic attacks from this diagnosis. But I am proof that it can get better as long as you are willing to change some things about your diet and lifestyle. Now, I'm just going to tell you some practicals in this, and if you've never heard my story before, I had fatty liver disease, GERD, Barrett's esophagus, gastritis, had a cyst on my brain, a cyst on my liver, hypertension, prediabetes, candida, and probably all kinds of other things that they just never found. Now, I was 40 pounds overweight, and I was able to get better once I started eating all natural whole foods the way that God designed for us to eat. Now, we're all going to react to things differently, but that's not the point of this video. I have other videos on here talking about that, but this is just some practicals that you can do to really protect your esophagus, because that's what we need to do. The main goal that we need to focus on is strengthening that esophageal sphincter muscle in our esophagus so that it tightens up and doesn't allow acid to come back through. So whenever I go to bed, I elevate my bed 3.5, 4 inches, and your stomach's got to follow the law of gravity. So your acid is going to stay down here, and then if you are a side sleeper, you sleep on your left side, because if you sleep on your right, just the way everything's designed in your stomach and everything, it's going to be a lot easier for acid to come back up through and hit your esophagus. But one of the things that I love to consume before going to bed is this right here. This is throat coat with slippery elm. This doesn't just have slippery elm in it. It has marshmallow root and it has licorice root. And it's a really sweet tea. Like, I like this a lot. I consume it about 3 times a week, and I like to do it right before bed. That way, I go to sleep and I got a protective layer of mucus around my esophagus, and that's what this does. I'm going to have this linked in my description box under health and wellness if you're interested in it. But I want to show you how to make it here in a second. But just a few more things that you can do is you can stop eating and drinking anything at least 2.5 hours before bed, because your stomach, it churns. Digestion starts in the mouth. So as soon as you start eating something, your brain's going to send a signal down to your stomach and say, hey, we got food coming down, start churning. So we don't want to have it churning while we're sleeping and pushing that acid back up into our esophagus. So that's just something that you can do, and it's really helped me out. Another thing you could do is drink some aloe vera water, but just like with this and the aloe, even though it's good, you could do too much of a good thing, okay? So just do this a couple times a week, and it really worked wonders for me. Now, I used to look like this, and then in under a year, I look like this, and all those diagnoses that I listed off earlier are completely gone, okay? I'm just going to put up a few screenshots of the before and afters here just to show you, because I'm someone who likes to show you, not just talk about it without the proof. So I'm going to go in the kitchen and I'm going to show you how I make this right here before bed. So I just get me a glass of water like that right there. I know that's not a tea glass, but it's what I use every single time. I get me a tea kettle and then I just fill that up. The reason I fill the glass up first is just because I know exactly how much I'm getting. And then I turn that on high until it starts whistling. So this is the aloe vera that I drink. This is also available in the health and wellness in my description box. But it's going to be a different brand, but it's just as good, probably better, because this one right here is hard to stomach sometimes. But it's really good for putting a protective layer of mucus around your esophagus as well. Now, I do this, maximum 4 times a week, but most of the time 3, and that's every other day. And then the same thing with this. I usually do this in the morning and this at night. 3 times a week minimum, 4 times maximum. So I just go ahead and put that in the glass, and then as soon as it's ready, I just fill it up and let it steep for about 3 minutes. She good. Now, just as a bonus, some people can chew on a piece of ginger if you have a symptom going on right now, and that can kind of help. But we're trying to do preventative maintenance with throat coat tea. That's it for this one. That stuff is so good. It's a lot sweeter than what you would imagine, but But if this video encouraged you and gave you any type of hope or anything like that, please like, comment, share this with somebody who has these issues, and turn on that notification bell. That way, every time I upload a video, you will be notified about it. And I got that free community in the first link in the description. You can join for free, take that course for free. There's a lot of like-minded people in there that just want to get better. So with that being said, I appreciate it. It's about time for bed. I will see you in the next video.